Hi there survivors, welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. It's Adrian here again and we're doing from the beginning. In this episode we're going to be taming things. Now I've got myself prepared. I've fixed my crossbow, I put that in the smithy and repaired it. I've loaded up with narcotic. I've made 67 trank arrows, I've got 50 regular arrows. I've got about 80 raw meat and I've got so far 39 keratin. And I need more keratin. I plan on taming a Pteranodon in this episode if I can find one. So I just want to send out a hello to Nick JC, who has prompted me into taming a Pteranodon. He'd like to see a flyer so he can get around the island by air. And a Pteranodon, we get the Pteranodon saddle at level 38. That's what we're planning on doing now. Quite often we see Pteranodons up on this hill here. So I've got to kill a couple more turtles to get enough keratin to make the saddle. So I'm going to cut the episode here while I find everything, and I'll come back to you when something interesting is happening. So hang in there. Okay, there's a Pteranodon. So number 6, we'll get our biler up, biler him. We'll organise our tranquilizer arrows into the crossbow, equip ourselves with the crossbow and see how many it takes to put him down. 1, 2, and he's down. Alright, it's a similar tame to the Dimorphodon. We put meat into his inventory. He's a meat eater, so meat goes in there. Keep an eye on his torpidity. He's got 249.6, so he's got quite a long way to go. And in fact, while this is going on, we need a little bit more keratin. So there just happens to be a turtle out there, so I'm going to stir this turtle up before he goes too far away. Yes. Alright, now he's going to come for me. I should be able to get a few off onto him. There's a few nasties up this end of the beach too, I've noticed. So I have to be careful. I don't want to get killed and I don't want anything to kill my Pteranodon, but I do need some extra keratin. That's what this is all about. Now what I can do is, when he gets close enough, if I run out of arrows or get backed up against the wall, I can take out my sword and smack him hard like that, because the sword is pretty good. So that was 20 keratin. Let's have a look what's going on over here. 20 keratin. I've got a total of 85 keratin. From memory, I think I needed 75 for the PT Pteranodon saddle. 75. Yep. So we'll learn that now. What else do we need? 230 hide. Well, there's a couple of innocent looking creatures here. These guys are pretty slow. This is a moss chops. They're pretty slow and they're a lot of meat and a lot of hide, so I should be able to take him without too much trouble. Come on, one more hit. And he's down. Alright, there's a little oviraptor over there, same as we saw in the other episode. Oviraptors look like regular raptors, but they only eat eggs. So we've got to keep our eye on our guy here. Maybe we can get a little bit more hide out of some of these dodo birds. There's 36 hide. There's another one over here. That was 31 hide. Now we're looking for hide. We've got 400 hide. Where's my Pteranodon saddle? all we need now is the fibre. We get the fibre and we can fly this guy home. So let's come in here. Now there's several ways of keeping this guy unconscious. I brought narcotic because I'd had a stack of spoiled meat and a stack of mijo berries, and so I just crafted up the narcotic. Now narcotic is more powerful than the narco berry. Let's have a look at the situation. He's 31% tamed and getting down to about 50% unconscious, so I'm going to use 10 narco berries and 10 of those, and that'll bring his torpidity up quite a bit. Fibre, I've got 163. Right, I've got enough for this saddle. We're in business. As soon as this guy's tame, we can fly him home. As long as he can carry the weight, because they don't actually carry a lot of weight. I've got a stack of meat now. Don't need all this meat. I'll probably drop some of that. After a while, meat actually becomes a nuisance. You've got so much of it. You can only eat so much. Speaking of which, I'm hungry. Now I suppose I should use my time while I'm here to take out this other little turtle. Now I don't see the turtles as a useful tame. I don't see any point in taming them at all. Really early in the game, before you get a parasaur, they can be useful because they can carry quite a lot of stuff. They carry a lot of weight, but they're very slow. You can't. It's not what I call a useful tame, but because of the keratin, they're worth killing. Should be just about there, and there he is. (61 hide, 16 keratin). Now I put 40 meat in this Pteranodon. Now let's just check his inventory. 38. Yeah, he's only going to go through 6 or 8 meat to tame him. They just have one bite every minute or so. It might take 5 minutes to tame him. I could probably cut the video here and come back before he's tamed. So if there's a cut in the video, you'll know why. 96.2%, he's almost ours. There he is, he's ours. Name your Pteranodon. I'm going to call him Terry. Level 28, that's a pretty good level. Female. So, saddle her up. Did I make the saddle? No, I didn't. Okay, we'll make the saddle. Craft 1. And check her specs. So you can carry at 129.6. So it should be able to carry us. Put the saddle on. Ride. And no, we're too heavy. Let's have a look and see what's too heavy. I've got quite a bit of stuff here. I've got all this meat. I'm 100 kilos. So let's have a look at F to see 124 of 129. I can have to drop some of this meat. 112 of 129. Is that better? That's better. Now we can fly. So I didn't have to drop much. And now, from this magnificent vantage point, let's just go up and let's just savor the moment here. We're in the air. Look at that. Now these guys have got very, very low stamina, and he's almost out, and when they're out, they just drop. So if you're up in the air too high and the stamina runs out, they just drop like a stone. And you've got to be careful, because they'll drop into a pit of snakes, they'll drop into the water, they'll drop anywhere. So you have to keep your eye on their stamina. Okay, he's got his stamina back. So the two main things that we upgrade on a Pteranodon is stamina and weight. Everything else can be left. And there we are, back with Terry, our Pteranodon. Look at that. And let's have a quick little look here. Stamina back. So there she is. Okay, that's the end of the episode. We have tamed a Pteranodon. I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care. Oh, she's still following me. Let's just land her down and do the important thing that I forgot to do, which is to change the settings from following, disable following. Now I can walk around and she's not going to follow me. Okay, that's it. See you later.